Good morning, everybody. Okie dokie. Let's get things set up here for you. Have a look. Okay. Let's get things set up here for you. Move this way a bit, I think. Can't seem to get this set up properly today. How annoying. It's not working, is it? Good morning, Julie. Set up properly today. How annoying. Just bear with me while I sort this out. Good morning, Julie. Turn the noise down on that, might help. There we go. That's better, I think. No matter how many times I do this, I can never get it quite. There we go. It's on the wonk a bit. Bring you in a little bit, down a bit more, I think. Right. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. It'll be fine. Good morning, Donna.
How's our tunnel?
Let's just share this to the group. Crafty friends. Pick this up a bit easier to type, won't it? Technic Tuesday, live now. There we go, that's that shared. Okie dokie. Roll your sleeves up. Good morning, Andreen. Good evening, Jeanette.
Good day, Jeanette.
So we've got something completely different today. Good morning, Vanessa. Technique Tuesday, number 44.
I was going to swear then.
Good grief. Okie dokie. So, I know I said we were going to be doing books the last time. I don't know if anyone's managed to find any anywhere. Obviously nothing that proves to be valuable. Wouldn't want to do that to them.
No prices.
No first editions or anything like that. No. Good morning, Francis. That would not be good, would it? Oh, that's good, Donna.
Oh, we're fine, darling.
So, just give it another minute or so. Let everyone come in. Don't want anyone to miss this. Once we start with the actual techniques. Oh, now Mum's phone is going to keep making noises at us. That's annoying. Didn't think about that. I use Mum's phone to keep an eye on everything. Use mine to film. Okay, so we'll just have a little look at the one that I did quickly. Wasn't particularly happy with this one, so the one we're going to do today is going to be an improvement.
What? What are you on about? Oh, what are you having for dinner, Jeanette?
That sounds quite funny, Jeanette. This is going to be quite difficult to show. If I turn it this way, you can see how it's divided and how we're going to achieve that today. And then you can basically decorate it however you like. Another look. Forward. Brian's rustling in the corner. And as you can see, I've been using the die cut foilables to decorate, which haven't been foiled, just coloured, but I think these are brilliant. Good evening, Wendy.
Hey, darling.
There we go. So, one of Mum's old books, which she was going to chuck because they'd started going a bit, you know, booky. So I think this is quite nice just to give them a new lease of life. There we go. Let's pop that to one side. I have got one that I've already got folded so that we're not here for hours and hours and hours. Bit of fluff. But we will go through the technique of the fold and the sticking. Thank you, Wendy. To one side, I'll just, as I said, I'm using the die cut foilables, but just as they are, because these are brilliant, and you get, they're so, the packets are so generous. It seems a shame not to use them. So I've basically taken a selection from all the different packs, which I've got in these little books. They're brilliant. I love these. Haven't used any sentiments this time, but if you were going to make it for somebody special, for you know, an occasion or a milestone or something like that, it'd be brilliant. Oh, thank you, Donna. Good morning, Yvonne. Thank you, Julie. So I've still got lots of these left to play with. So it's for actually looking at these, actually doing something with books, the words would be quite quite a cool thing to do, I think. No, the foilables are brilliant, and it does seem that, you know, you don't have to just use them with foil. You can, of course, because they're absolutely gorgeous when they're used with foil. But I just thought I'd use them as is, you know, and make the most of them. And I've also made some bunting to put in this book, and I just wanted to bring in how I did it. So I've got this all ready. Lovely little string of bunting here.
Bunting?
Yep. And these were created. The dinky die sets, the rectangles, you get this gorgeous little diamond. So I cut a load of those, again, from a die cut foilable design. Fold it over and you've got bunting. So that's really handy to remember to use for embellishing things as well. So that's products I've used. So obviously I've got an old hardback book, really old hardback book. And the reason for using hardbacks is, like we've said before, they end up in landfill. They can't be recycled, which is criminal. So this is the best option out of the two, really, I think. Obviously the die cut foilables, the rectangle dinky die set. You're going to need some strong card. You could of course use packaging, but I hadn't actually for once got any. Got enough to do what I wanted to do. So I used some strong cards, some 400 GSM. You'll need some extra book pages, a little bit of copy paper, which I'll show you when we get to it. Small circle punch, whatever you'd like to colour the foilables in with. Some wire, some twine, some clips come in useful. This sort of clip, or anything thicker that you've got. Sometimes when we've bought shoes and things, I hang on to these as well if they don't take them off. in the shop. No packaging. It's amazing, isn't it? I'm actually saving it for something else, that's why.
We need to do a big order to the Amazon.
What else was there? Bone folder, scissors, pencil glue. We're going to be using red liner tape, ordinary glue, like I said, and some glossy accents as well. Okay, so let's get started. But those little clips that hold shoes together are brilliant for holding things if you're waiting for things to dry or you're separating things and what's not. So like I said, I've already got a whole heap of foilables coloured and ready to go. So we can pick through these. I know, it is shocking, isn't it? I've been using it for other things, that's the trouble. And what I have been, especially cereal packets, that's another Technique Tuesday coming up soon. So keep your eyes peeled. Now, when you look at a book, hopefully you can see this. Now, I think these are actually called chapters, the sections from the book binding, aren't they? They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
But that will get confusing with it being a you know, book and calling it signatures. That's it. So as you can see, they have these, each little section, which you can easily use as your dividing points in between here. So I hope you can see this. I'm trying to bring it up and wait for my feed to catch up so you know what I'm warbling on about. Come on, Facebook. You know you want it.
What else? Computer's gone really slow.
You need to go shoe shopping.
Shoe shopping.
Actually, I'll be drummed out of the female race. I hate shoe shopping. Handbags, that's a different matter.
Yeah, handbags.
Okay, so these will be our natural, if you like, dividing points for folding. And just a little thing that I like doing is folding the first couple of pages over like so, just to give it something to look at when it's assembled, something different. So keep going with this. So I do this front and back, the first two pages. We're just going to quickly glue these together. Doesn't have to be neat. Fold that back over to let it stick. And you'll probably be working with quite old paper if your books are that old. Of course, if the hardback is newer, it's easier to stick because they're not as fibrous. But obviously, the older the paper gets, the more fibrous it becomes. So that's what Brian's problem is. Handbag, yeah, definitely handbag shopping.
Calf Kidston.
Yes, so don't get me started on Calf Kidston. So just encourage the paper to fold. Just going to pop a little bit in the corner. Keep that so it's still lined up in the bottom corner here. Hold that, let's turn it round.
Oh, Dr. Martens are great, aren't they, Vanessa?
Yeah, I'm the same, but it's what they call Sketchers. It's about the only thing I buy now. I'm just going to use my bone folder to get into that corner to help it stick. This glue will stick quite quickly, not too much fuss or bother. That's it. Don't worry about it getting squashed too much. I'm going to do the same at the other end. Okay, quick bit of glue all over. You don't have to do this, you could go straight into the folding part. It's not necessary. It's just something about handbags, isn't there? I don't quite know what it is. It's a bit like pattern paper, I think, isn't it? Paper pads, because they're different colours and patterns, and I think that's where it comes from, really, more than anything. It's a good expression, isn't it? If you can't be that out there with your fashion, your handbag can say it all for you.
Are you bubbling?
I am babbling, yeah. That's what I'm on about now. Collection of Radley. Ooh. Nice. No, not Bradley bags. Okay, just get this stuck. I do like my cat kids, don't I have to say?
Yeah, you do. You've got shares in the company, haven't you?
That'd be nice. Okay, so I'm going to use clips now to help with this next part. We can keep things separate. It just makes life easier. So we're looking for these sections again. Okay, so the first one we want to be loose. I'm just going to pop a little clip in there, keep them together. This next section is the one we're going to be folding. So I'm just going to pop another clip in some of these this side, just to make life easier for ourselves. I'll turn this over. Now the first one I put down some red liner tape just to hold it in place while we're bringing the rest over. So let's find the end. Always the worst job. Put it right up to the spine, as much as we can, into there. Get my sticky scissors. Snip that off. Give that a good firm down. Tweezers to do. Get this off. Like I was saying, the paper is more fibrous as it gets older. It can be a little bit tricky. Come on now. Come on. There we go. Pop that in there. So going to come in from here, one sheet at a time. Encourage it in, right in to the spine, and press this in. I expect a lot of you have done book folding in the past. Isn't something I've ever really tried. Come in with the next bit. to be a bit patient with this now. Waiting for that to take. Next one, as we build up more of these curves, these layers, I'll put it on this side, I think, because it will come more away from the spine, so you want to feel it on the curve there. Now you can see why I didn't want to do a whole book, because it would take forever. Oh, that's a good idea, Vanessa. I think the only book folding I did was in a workshop ages ago. You've got quite a lot of patience for book folding. Again on the edge of the page there, bring this over, as long as you're keeping the curve. That's fine. This is why it's a lot easier to put those clips in and to separate them, so that you don't do any pages that you didn't mean to. You'll have to look into that, Wendy. No problem, Jax. Caught a bit of that Sunday. I thought I'd show you just this one section, because you would all be asleep if we did a whole book. Once again, making sure it's nice and tight around the curve. Yeah, definitely down the rabbit hole. I mean, some of the things people do with book folding, it's absolutely amazing. But old books are such lovely surfaces, frames if you like, for adding our artistic touches to. And now I will have another one started to do something else with in the future. Ooh, that sounds interesting, Wendy. I love anything the old, like, vintage shops, reclamation yards, thrift stores, charity stores, flea markets, anything like that. Can find the most interesting things. It's worth taking your time with this. This is the foundation for what we're going to do. fantastic. Quite easily spend an entire week going around some of the places. We have this amazing place near to us in Brighton, which is 2 floors. It's quite a large store. It's in the lanes in Brighton, if anyone knows it. It's fascinating. There's all different sellers in there with different bits and bobs, and there's literally anything and everything you could think of, from fashion to toys to books to photos, paintings. Board books, yes, that is another idea I've got as well. The kiddies board books, they're good as well. Brilliant for journaling with. Forgot I was going to do board books, but that will be another one as well. Right, just coming to the end of this bit now. Snooper's Paradise, yeah. It's fascinating, that place. Kids books, yes, Wendy, it is, yeah. Like kids' first books. Last one. I am making Jack's, let me bring it in, another version of this. Hope you can see. So a decorated folded book. Still waiting for my feed to catch up. On to yourselves. There we go. That's it. Right. It's going to be like this. There we go. Right, so we've come to the end of that section now. Let's take these out. Turn it this way. Okay, so you'll now see we've got our first curve. You would then alternate this throughout the whole book. So you'd have another section free. The next section would be curved. You'll just need to make sure that the ones either end are loose. So if it does happen to work out that it would come up as a curve, just get the last 2, divide them as equally as possible, and make sure you've got some loose pages at the end, which is the same. There we go, so you can see that coming together as this one. So all I've done is exactly that all the way through the book, having loose, curved, loose, curved, loose. As I said, just make sure you've got those there, because it looks nicer. Okay, so I thought we'd give this one a base, because that looks better. Bookbinders, yeah, I know it does seem a shame, but when you think that the only options for hardbacks are landfill or making them into something decorative, especially when they've seen better days, and like this one's covered in paint and marks and all sorts, it's all rough around the edges and things. Obviously, like I said, I wouldn't do it on anything special at all.
You're giving them another lease of life. People think they get recycled, but they don't.
Oh, that's lovely, Vanessa. So it's just, you know, if it's really rough and raggedy, that's when we would do it. Okay, so I was saying about the strong card, awesome packaging. This is 400 GSM. So I've cut 4 of these circles to build a nice sturdy base. And all I did was brought this in. I'll get out of the way a moment to get this shape, because this will also help to keep our book together as well. And depending on the size of your book will depend on the size of the circle. You kind of bring it in. You can see that, hopefully. Line up both sides with the edge of the circle, and then you can hold it in place, draw around the back. Once you've done that, the lines you've got from that, use your bone folder and scoreboard to score them, because we want to make some flaps that are going to come up to attach to the actual book. Cut away the excess. You might want to make a nice little edging for it there. I've covered this with some old book pages that we like doing. There we go. Oh, Jeanette, typical. So we want to make this nice and sturdy. We'll get this one stuck in first. So let's turn this upside down. You'll see it's going to fit in between the cover and those pages, and this cover and these pages, and this will help keep everything in shape like so. So let's get those stuck in first. So I'm going to pop a bit of glue on either flap. Don't have to make a base. I didn't with the first one, but it does look nice, and it gives you the option of popping in some extra bits and bobs as well. That's what I did with the first one of these that I made a few years ago as a sample. That in and over. You know you want to. I need 2 pairs of hands. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to line that up with the base so it sits nice and flat. Bring that up. Let's bring it on this side, just make sure we're nice and stuck. So that's stuck onto the cover with those pages in there to cover that. Show you that in a moment. Make sure we get this stuck. Oh, which it hasn't. Like I said, the older the paper, the more fibrous it is, and it does take a little extra to stick, yeah, but we'll be fine. Yeah. Absolutely, Jax. Didn't want to use the hot glue this time because of having to fit it through. It would go everywhere, and the red liner tape would make it awkward as well, so just have a bit of perseverance, it will stick. Okay, to get a little bit more glue in there. So let's just hold that. So as you can see, we've now got a nice little base for that. We're going to build that up so it's got more strength to it, more solidity. And we're going to make it a full circle so that it goes all the way around. And you can add to it as much or as little as you like. Okay. Pop that to one side. Get these stuck together. Lined up. Burnish this down. Make sure we're all well stuck. All stuck up. I'm going to have that all day in my head now, Jax. I'm going to have to put paper across all of this because some of it's going to be covered up, but it doesn't matter. It gives it some strength, doesn't it? Gives it a bit of body to cling to. I would imagine most hardbacks are probably all about roughly the same size. So this circle is 18.5 centimetres, 7.25 maybe. Give this a burnish down now as well. We've got a really nice strong base. That way up. Hopefully now we're stuck okay. So we just need to glue this section now. On there as well. Line that up. You might want to, I would suggest to leave this to completely dry anyway. You might want to put a bit of weight on the top of this to help this stick down. There we go. But we can't do that today, so just go in as much as possible. But later on I'll be able to do that. There we go. So there we go. You can see that okay all the way around. Just wait for the feed to catch up. There we go. Let's tilt it forward a little bit. Should be able to see. And I haven't done on this one, but I did before. Oh, thank you, Wendy. I did some embellishments for the front cover as well. It's entirely up to you how you want to go ahead with that. And if you want to, you can glue the bottoms of these 2 pages that we folded over as well, just to cover the workings. Let's do that, just needs to be a little bit. Squeeze that into place. And again on this side. Literally just a little bit of glue on the bottom corner. Like so. Keep it nice and neat and tidy. And if you wanted to, you could ink around the edge of the circle there as well. Coordinate it with the colour of the book. Okay, so let's bring our decorative elements in now. So like I said, I made some bunting from that lovely diamond shaped die in the dinky rectangles. I also covered some of the little cotton reels to add in, and put some little flowers in these which look cute. So this was one of the little strips of the floral design, which I cut down and then covered with some red liner tape onto the wooden cogs. Got one of the this is from one of the banners, had a sentiment in the centre, but I've cut that out, cut it in half so I could use it on both books, and we're going to add this in like a little fence. Oh, thank you, Julie. I love bunting. I'd have bunting on everything. Bunting and fairy lights.
I thought you said bumpsy.
No, not bunting.
I love bumpsy.
Had a couple of these little pegs which I've had for donkeys, which again covered some of them over, cut around it, and then just sanded it back to get the heart shape that was on there already. So I'm going to use those to put the bunting up with. I've already got some flowers popped onto some wire. The wire I've used, which Brian had in his stash, is 0.8 millimetre. Came in all sorts of different colours, but I thought I'd stick with the green as its flowers. Oh. Can't have too much, can you, Julie? But I think you probably got this off Amazon, did you? This wire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came in all sorts of lovely different colours. So this always comes in useful, this sort of thing. Let's put that to one side. I'll just cut some short lengths to do that. I'll show you how I put one of the flowers together. Haven't shaped them or 3D'd them too much, just layered them up as they are, but you can do, of course. So this one left to do. This is where the little circle comes in handy. So this is just copy paper. It's pretty, isn't it, Wendy? So this is an inch circle punch. Cut some out copy paper. This will cover the back. Okay, so if you decide which way up you want them, that way I think looks cute. Some more red liner. Pop a bit down the middle. Straight on top. Vanish that down. Take off the tape. Pop a little bit of the wire in. Put it on top of that tape. And try and keep everything in place as much as possible. I've got some of the thicker just a little bit. Put this over the top because we don't want that coming loose anytime soon. So if by any strange chance nobody's got the die cut foil balls, I think you need to get them in your life, because not only do they look absolutely stunning with foil, but they are brilliant for things like this. That's exactly it, Julie. Place this straight over the top. Now this one won't need the little circle. I'll show you on the others what we did. That will keep that nicely in place. Now that's one's all ready to go. So particularly the ones, especially ones I added leaves to at the back, you would see partially. So this is where I've just added the little circle on the top to help keep everything together. So that's those. So I think we'll start by adding in our little, we're calling a fence first. So all I've done is use the lines that were there anyway. It's true. You can't. I find the best way. There's lots of tips for red liner tape, is to make sure it's burnished really well, which will help lift the tape. And my pointed tweezers are a godsend. Use my bone folder and school board down those, and then fold these over to make tabs. And pop a bit of glue on that side, and we're going to bring this in, bring it that way. We're going to put it right up against the edge of the book there, like so. I will need to move this as I do it. Just to make it easier. I'm just going to hold this in place. Have you had your dinner yet, Jeanette? Stick. Yeah, back up again, and then we can decide whereabouts we want to line it up to. Bring this one over a little bit. So if we're going to put it into the middle of these, put a bit of glue down this side. I will show you in a minute what I've done. It's a bit awkward to do.
Yeah. Takes 5 minutes to get it off your freaking skin as well. Done it red line that kind of sticks to you.
I shall bring this up so you can see. It's a bit awkward trying to do it. Oh, brilliant, Julie. Oh. It's one of those days today, isn't it?
Well, your day today.
It's not my day today. Let's bring it round this side.
Not 100%.
No, I'm not feeling my best today, it's got to be said. So, bit of glue either side. Hold that in place. Red line it, yeah. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant for. It's wonky now. Look. Pay attention, woman. If I need the extra wiggle room with the red liner tape, I usually try and pop some wet glue on top as well. All helps. Right. Let's do this properly, shall we? I'm making this look a lot harder than it actually is, aren't I? Thank you, Wendy. Just holding my breath.
Breathe.
Okay, so I'm getting this stuck in between the pages. Just nice to have something. We're going to have the bunting at the top, so it's just nice to have something down the bottom of it as well to link in. There we go. We made it. Hi Lynn, no worries. Thank you, Julie.
Poorly household at the moment.
Okay, so I did a lot of bunting. We'll just see how much of it we're actually going to need to stick in. Might not need as much as this because it's going to go across the top here, so I might need to cut it down a little bit, so that's fine. So we'll start one end. And what I'm going to use is some glossy accents, because this will stick nice and strong. I'm just going to put a bit in here. Should come out. I did clear it before. It probably got gummed up again, hasn't it? Because it's glossy accents, so of course it has. Luckily I can use the wire from the flowers, which is quite handy. It's a devil, this stuff, for getting out. We're just gonna bring the twine, give that a moment to stick. A bit harsh. Okay, so put some glue in there, put the twine in, if you can see that. Thank you, Lynn.
Me and my back. I'm sciatica, you and you. Yeah.
Dodgy tummy. Okay. So I'm going to open this back up again. A little bit more glue to stick it in to the actual book. There we go. So let's bring that more towards the front. Okay, can have a bit there. I think we'll have it all across the top. So if I trim it to this bit, that should be fine. I did quite a bit because I wasn't sure how much I was going to need at the time. Oh dear, is it like that, Julie? Trim the twine the other side there. Bring that in, let that take a moment. Alright, pop some more glue in. There we go. Spread onto top and bottom. Separate a few of those pages out again. There we go. Bring that round so you can see it properly. Trim that twine off. JHD road trip, cool. Okay.
Yeah. We're hoping it's not my sciatica, and we'll go.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So we've got a bunting at the top.
Yeah. Come and send myself to Melbourne via Julie one day.
One of her boxes.
In one of the boxes.
Let's bring in the other bits. I had a lovely time colouring all these. So I've already got the cogs. All sorts of bits and bobs here. Always do more than you think you need, because then you've got choices. And I've got some lovely little bees as well. We can't have flowers without bees, that would be rude.
Oh, Jack's from me.
It's
Thanks,
horrible. I'm going to put this one behind. Could be alright with glossy accents now until we need it to put the wire in. I'm going to pop just a bit of glue on the bottom there. Pop that into there. I will bring it over again for you to see. It's a bit awkward doing this, and then you see how it goes. Stick that in a bit more. Get the tweezers in. They're lovely. I mean, it was amazing actually. I hadn't looked at them for so long. I don't know why. A bit stupid, isn't it? But getting them all out and seeing what we had, and it's lovely. All the pretties. One down here as well. Making a little garden, if you like. We've got a beautiful leaf. Love this. So we'll need to take a little bit off. I had it on the front last time, but I might put this on the back as well. Glue, and then we can see where else we need to pop it. They're really great fun, and they're so beautiful. I mean, they're instant embellishments. If especially if you've got a few problems with your hands or something, and you want a little break from stamping, I mean, this is ideal because you can just go straight into it. Excuse me.
Or Wendy and Jeanette's fighting each other, because Wendy's offered me a room at her house as well, and Jeanette's offered me a room.
Oh dear.
What's a boy supposed to do?
Okay, so that's our little garden. You can see that. Okay. Take turns. I'm staying out of this.
If I disappear, you know where I am. I'm in Australia.
Bit more glue there.
Julie, do you need to send any products to Australia?
Good grief. What's he like? Oh, thank you. It's a difficult one to show you because I need to have it a certain way to do it, but hopefully this makes sense. There we go. Put that way again. I love this circle. Quite like to have that coming in here. That looks pretty. Let's do that.
We're all having a sleepover at Wendy's one, yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
Cool. Make sure we get the hearts the right way up.
Yeah, do that with Julie. I can hand deliver, Julie, but it's on you, alright?
Bring that in there. That looks sweet. Brings everything together. And I quite liked the idea of having this in between the pages as well. Popping out. So I think we'll have that on that side. I did just snip the bottom of that off though. Leave the flower free. Just some glue on the actual tag part. Line that up there. Looks quite nice to have things hidden within. Keeps the eye busy. Everyone's looking at it. Okay, let's show you that. That one there. Hope you can see that okay. I will take some detailed pictures, so don't panic. And we've got this one as well with a nice straight edge. So we could put that on this side. Thank you. This along here again, just line it up with the page. Be something to look at. Shall we pop this in anyway? You don't have to use these bits. Quite liked that coming out of the fold on that one. Making our own little garden. Yeah, that's the best bit, isn't it, Julie? I'm just going to have this coming out of the fold that we made. Press that in. I was going to ask you, Julie, about your miniatures. Have you had a chance to carry on with your miniatures? Okay, so we've got that in there now. Let's see if I can wait for Facebook to catch up so I know that you can see what I'm seeing. That's it. We got those there. As I said, I will take some photos, make life easier. Okay, so I've got this little one. Where should we pop you? It might be quite nice to have it come in from in here, actually. Let's do that. Could be coming off the page, as it were, off the book. Just all adding to it. There we go. Move that out the way. You can add as much or as little as you like. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Scarily so. Okay, so we've got our little cotton reels. So I put some of the little single flowers on, put a bit of cardboard under that one to bring it, lift it up. And we can place where we want to pop them first. We can have one there, maybe one there. Look at that. Yeah, that looks cute. I think we use the glossy accents for this. Yeah, the board book is definitely on on the list for things to do for the altered art. So definitely got a couple of storage things I'm going to do, and then we can do the board book. I'm going using the glossy accents because it is a nice strong glue. It's not as not invasive, but it's not as powerful as especially smelling wise, the super glue or anything, but it is incredibly strong. So I'm just looking for the fold over from when I stuck them on. Keep that at the back so no one can see that bit. The overlap, keep that hidden at the back. This one in here. Nice little trio. And we can add our little flowers into these. Brian takeover again. This is true. Brian is a whiz at board books. So I'm just going to add some of the glossy accents down into the hole, because this glossy accents, if you think about it, is quite like a resin. Pop that in there. So once that's hardened, as we know, that, just do a blob, let it go down, add a bit more. It's sealed at the bottom because we've stuck it, so that's fine, it won't dribble out in anything. Oh, there you go, that's you sorted.
That's me sorted.
Okay. So once that's set, they will be there for eternity.
They will, won't they? Glossy accents. Brilliant glossy accents.
I mean, it's like a resin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Almost.
It is.
Right, so we've got our little flowers here. And we're going to stick these down into the pages themselves, because that will hold really nicely. So start with, it's kind of the biggest one. That can go in. I'm just going to put a little bit just on the end, a little blob. And then as this goes down, that will stick. The ones I did on the other one, there, I looked at them this morning, they're not going anywhere. Just that tiny little blob, and of course as you pass it through, it sticks to the pages. I keep getting hold of that glue. Just want to coat it a little bit there. We can start to shape these where we want them. Of course, being on the wire, that really helps.
I'll send a link to Wendy for the wire.
Ah, have you still got it on your list?
Well, I know what I'm looking for, so.
Okay.
Yes, I will have it on my list. That's a good idea, like, yeah. Previous
Orders and all that.
Yes.
There we go. Bring them down just a little bit. We got 2 smaller ones. Again, just put in a little blob on the end there. Dribbling. Right down. Snap. A little bit more. Angle that one over, move that down. There we go. So all we've got left to do now is to pop some of the bees on. Use ordinary glue for this because it's just going paper on paper. So a bit of glue on his bum. Put that in there. The photos for this might not come up straight away because I've got to give it a chance to dry and to set. Coming off here. And one more. Could be butterflies, of course. Let's have him cut off this one here. There we go. So hopefully nothing will fall off now. There we go. Hope you can see this okay. So I've got some pictures of the one I did a few years ago, the one I showed you first thing. Then I'll take some pictures of this, and you've got something to work from if you'd like to. Really, really hope you'll give this a try. Bring this up for you. Something lovely to have, especially if you've got a dedicated library. If you're posh, study even in your craft room, it's going to look pretty.
Looks so pretty.
Garden room, conservatory would look lovely. Thank you, everybody.
Beautiful.
There we go. Thank you
better.
so much. Oh, is it Daisy May's birthday? Oh, give her a cuddle from us, Jax. I love her name. So, that's it. That was our hardback books, Technique Tuesday. I'm just going to bring in what I've got for you next time, a bit of craft room storage, if you like. Move it over. So, start saving your tin cans. Here we go.
You're welcome.
So, something useful for next time. It will be different, not like this. So you get to see a different version. This one is for our craft room, and I'm going to make one for Mum. So these are brilliant for keeping all your bits and bobs in. Pens, pencils, scissors, everything. So this will be filled up. But yep, that's what we're doing next time. So ideally, you know, 4 packs of tins of things, beans and spaghetti and whatever you like. So there we go. Have a great day, everyone. I shall see you all in a fortnight. We've got 2 more lives this week. Yep, beans on toast, definitely. We've got Joe on Thursday. Can't find my bit of paper. And Julie, you are on Friday. I want to say Friday. So we've got Joe Channon Thursday at 7. Should have rescued my bit of paper, shouldn't I?
Yes.
I should have. That's terrible. Can't get the staff, eh?
No, you can't get the stuff these days.
But yeah, thank you ever so much for sticking with me this morning, literally. And I shall see you all in a fortnight. Take care, everyone. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Bye.